When? When did you join?
'05, right after I graduated high school. 17 years old, straight to basic training. I turned 18 in basic training. I was in Afghanistan at 18.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, what's that like to be 18 in Afghanistan?
I think it's 18-year-old me doesn't even recognize what the feelings are. I think 38-year-old me looks back at it and be like, bro, you were bewildered.
Tell me what it was like to be a pilot in Afghanistan, because that experience must have been totally different.
Something that I didn't get the feeling or the satisfaction or understanding even was like, there's this adage that they say a lot. I like to say, like, don't confuse your proximity to the action with your importance. And it's just basically saying, like, just because you're not out there doing the thing doesn't mean that being a mechanic isn't important, which is very true. I think the further away you get from the mission, the further your understanding is of what you're actually doing out there. A pilot one time, this is as a mechanic, the GPS didn't have, like the buttons weren't pushing well. Like the number 9 was like sticky because of the sand and the dust and all that, it was sticky. And like, as a mechanic, I'm like, bro, push that shit harder, man. Like, I'm busy fixing real problems. But then when I became a pilot, I'm like, yo, if that button doesn't press when I need it to in the middle of all these things that are happening, I don't need to be thinking about the number 9 right now. This needs to be part of me. So then, because if I can't press number 9 and I'm punching in a grid, that could be the difference of me being off 10 meters or 1,000, depending on where that is in the MGRS. But 18-year-old me, 19-year-old me, 25-year-old me doesn't even understand it. So I think when I became a pilot, understanding that implicitly, right? Like, an entire operation changes because of you.
What is it about flying that you love?
The feeling of being the guy that can effectively change the environment for the guys on the ground. It's like a lifeline. Whether it's putting people in or putting people out, that's a feeling, that connection between the air and ground. I'm kind of romantic about that. So like, what we can do with the helicopter coming from the sky is awesome. One of the coolest things I have here is this helmet, more specifically the face mask. I wore this one while I was a door gunner. And it was a time where, I don't know if we were allowed to or not, that went back and forth, but we were all getting our face masks painted. And so a lot of people were doing like Punisher and Death Destroyer stuff or whatever, and I thought they were the cheesiest people ever. Just walking around Punisher. Yeah, flight medics walking around with Punisher masks. I was like, sir, you are a medic. Go save a life. You death dealing? Nah. The tongue is in a way that when I stuck my head out the window, it would wag into the wind. I thought it was funny. I was completely making fun of everybody wearing this thing. I got so much attention though. People would be coming on like, oh, it's badass. They're doing fist bumps and stuff or whatever. Everyone took themselves too seriously. But imagine getting shot at from a 240, some guy in Afghanistan. You're over here fighting the war, and this guy has a stupid ass mask like this on his face. It's absolute clown work, dude. This right here, man, where you think about a war movie, like men love to like fantasize about like their like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you get put in that position, like what would you do? I don't know, at least I do, right? And I just like, I always imagine that like if I was in Afghanistan, like it would be like under a barrage of fire, or I would do something, giving my life for someone. And the closest I've ever felt to actually dying is when this string that was connected to a fucking kite got wrapped around our main rotor system and the tail rotor. We were trying to dodge them, we're flying over Kabul. And this like, it was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards wrapped around our main rotor. And like the pilot, this is when I was a door gunner. He's like dodging like it's freaking Star Wars trying to get in and out. He was like, huh! And he was like, yo, we just hit a kite. I think we just hit a kite. And we're like, what? So the right door gunner, he sticks his head out. He's like, I don't see nothing. I stick my head out just to kind of see, and there's the freaking kite. And like this thing just going crazy. Like, oh no, we hit it.
We hit it and we're like 10 miles away from the base. I feel like I personally willed us back to base. I refused to die with a kite string, dude. It's not how I'm going. All right, you blow me up like a gentleman.
What led you to getting into the drone business? Like, how did you land there?
First, honestly, I wasn't interested. I just liked manned flight more than anything. And I just thought the drone thing was just kind of lame. But the more I chewed on it, the more I looked at it, the more I was just like, this is the future of stuff. And it's actually really exciting what you can do with it. Executive protection, let's start with that one. For advanced work, pick up and drop offs are where most of the attacks happen. If they have time before a mission, they go to an area, do like a recon, and then the guy who's doing it like takes some notes down, maybe talks about locations, the buildings, the access points or whatever. What I'm suggesting is have somebody go there earlier than you, chase the whole area, make a 3D map or a 2D map even that they can use to plan off of. That same day, get the information, get back to a hotel somewhere using a Starlink or something, send them the information, they pull a link up, and then they can plan around that. Primary, alternate, contingency, emergency planning for their routes, different situations, egress. I think that alone right there is something that they can use. That same drone team, depending on the type of event and if it makes sense, can also act as overwatch in real time. So they go from a surveillance capacity to an overwatch real time. We also can provide counter UAS, something called War Dragon. So in real time, you can detect drones and their controllers. And if drones are flying in an area they shouldn't be, we can alert the authorities to go and talk to the controller, give them the exact address and grid of the controller and say, yo, this person here is flying this drone. We need you to help us with this, especially over a public event. And if it's not, and just figure out if they're, at least identify friend or foe, you know what I mean?
Tell me a little bit about the players.
I think the team is really cool because like this is a startup, it's super young. So like the ultimate definition of like whoever wants to be here is here because they want to be here. There's nothing stronger than people being connected over an idea, over a vision.
What's up with these jabroni ass guys trying to see content? The industry can hate me, mess them all in their mama. How many hops you really got? I mean, there's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your back and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show guys. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walk him down, whole time I know he got some hole in him. Pole on him, mix short stuff, bullet they'll throw on him. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block one. To any girl that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubbs, the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party, playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified creeps. Wop, 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 dog, man, some more. Wop, 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 I'ma do a stud. Why you trolling like a girl, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Can't find good up around here, you know? Where the fuck are they at? Where are they?
Trying to catch the moment.
The ass whooping. Sergeant Padilla or Mr. Padilla?
Sergeant.
Chief Warrant Officer Padilla was more like an uncle. He was like, man, your dad's not gonna like that shit, man.
Nah, go Sergeant.
You
Go
do what
Sergeant.
you want, but Sergeant is the dad. So you just out here doing whatever the fuck
That's
you
what
want,
we
right?
want.
You want
That's what we
that?
want.
Here too. 4.5. Yo!
What
What the fuck? What the fuck happened?
We're chopping it up. We're going over counter UAS. Got some
You just
patties.
fucking bullshitting? Patties for who?
Patties for you. Patties for Hanson. Got some one. Got one for you too.
Oh
You
shit.
got 10 minutes to get eye contact, Juice? You think you can buy me with fucking... What is this?
Patties.
I had a whole speech.
Where's the speech at now?
Shane is a piece of shit soldier. He knew what he did. You knew what you fucking did, bro. You fucking...
He's late to formation. Might as well stop and get donuts. Or in this case, a Jamaican beef patty.
Can't get in trouble.
Fuck, this is good as fuck. Where'd you get this from?
Golden Crust, man. It's right down the street.
Wagwan.
Wagwan.
And I'm over here speaking different and shit.
It's been fun, man, already. I just love the willingness, man, that everybody has. But it's really cool to see other people believe in it. I just think when you have like a team, and especially when a team gets together for the first time, you just don't know what everyone can do, and they don't know how to work together, and that's completely normal. A lot of us have met each other for the first time today, but everyone's involved. No one's like not trying to work, right?
But even if it wasn't true, the proof is in the pudding. A man is looking like he did it, and he got a confession from a minor that he messing with, man. Just confess you a dog, man. Miss your life. Everything about you is a lie. The industry don't like you, your own city don't like you. Drake is like the Toronto of rap. You get it? Forgotten, but we not forgiven. They not like. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. The industry played, all the people won't die. Hate the ones like you, the people won't buy. Must have just sent the beat, this stuff on fire. I ain't gotta do none but the songs inspire the real hip-hop heads. They know what I'm saying. Master audience, this for the congregation. Hey Cali, play it. I ain't afraid of no lawsuit. In the city, we breaking news, guys. They not like us.